For years, Ford and General Motors have been at the forefront of the electric vehicle revolution. With GM's ambitious plans to roll out up to 400,000 EVs by 2024, the future looked electrifying. But hold on to your seats, because that plan is about to take a U-turn that nobody saw coming. Both automotive giants have decided to drop their grand EV plans for good. Now, we know this might sound shocking, and you're probably wondering what on earth happened. Well, the reason behind this decision is going to leave you in disbelief, since it has even the government involved. It's a twist that no one expected from these motor manufacturing titans. You see, Ford recently announced that they're pumping the brakes on production of their flashy F-150 Lightning pickup truck. They're dialing it back to just one shift starting April 1st at their Michigan Rouge Electric Vehicle Center. Yep, just one lonely shift. It's like the F-150 Lightning is having a quiet moment to itself, contemplating its electric fate. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Ford's CEO, Jim Farley, is spinning this slowdown as a sweet symphony of flexibility. They're juggling growth, profitability, and giving customers choices, all while twirling their manufacturing magic wand. It's like a high-stakes game of automotive Tetris, and Ford's playing to win. Now, Ford isn't the only player hitting the brakes on the EV truck train. General Motors also hit the snooze button on opening a shiny new $4 billion electric truck plant in Michigan. Looks like the EV hype train might need a little extra coal in the furnace to keep chugging along. So, how many lightning bolts are we talking about here? Well, Ford initially planned to unleash 3,200 of these bad boys onto the streets every week. But now, they're dialing it back to a more modest 1,600 per week. It's like they're saying, hey, let's not get too carried away with the Lightning, shall we? But fear not, petrol heads. While the Lightning may be flickering a bit, Ford's not hitting the brakes on everything. They're revving up production of gas-guzzling Broncos and Rangers, adding a third crew and nearly 900 jobs at their Michigan assembly plant. It's like they're saying, who needs Lightning when you've got good old-fashioned horsepower, right? But you must be wondering, how is the government involved in all this? We shall get to that shortly, but first, over 3,800 car dealerships joined forces and fired off a letter to President Biden, basically telling him to hit the brakes on this Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, rule that's all about giving a boost to electric vehicle, EV, production. According to these dealers, EVs are like the unpopular kids at school. They're just not flying off the shelves. In fact, they claim that the demand for electric vehicles is lagging big time, and they're drowning in a sea of battery-powered cars stacking up on their lots. So the deal with this EPA proposal is that the automakers need to up their game and meet stricter emissions standards starting in 2027. Make more electric cars or hit the penalty box. It's like the EPA is the coach pushing the team to run faster, but the dealerships are on summer break. Now comes the hard part, which is Biden's plan on the electric vehicle revolution. Biden's administration is proposing some bold moves to shift the U.S. into an electric vehicle, EV, wonderland, and put the brakes on the whole planet-heating auto pollution drama. But, and there's always a but, these big plans are facing a trio of challenges. Think economic, logistical, and legal roadblocks. The plans, outlined Wednesday by the Environmental Protection Agency, are designed to ensure that 2/3 of new passenger cars and 1/4 of new heavy trucks sold in the United States are all electric by 2032. If enacted as proposed, the regulations would mean a quantum leap for the auto industry in the United States, where just 5.8% of new cars and less than 2% of trucks sold last year were all electric. Let's break it down. We're talking about a massive change here. Imagine going from just 5.8% or a tiny 2% of cars and trucks being electric to a mind-blowing nearly 68%. That's like upgrading from a tricycle to a super-fast spaceship. But here's the catch. It's not going to be a breeze. We're not just talking about changing what's under the hood. We're talking about a total makeover of how we drive, fuel up, and think about cars. So when Biden rolled up to Michigan in September, standing with the auto workers on strike, people were like, yeah, powerful move, Mr. President. He kind of put his thumbs on the scale, backing the United Auto Workers, UAW, in their fight for better pay. But here's the twist. While he was supporting the workers, he might have accidentally thrown a wrench into his climate policy plans. Fast forward to now, Ford and General Motors, GM, the big shots who shook hands with UAW to end the strike, are hitting the brakes on their electric vehicle, EV, dreams. Why? Well, turns out the new deal with the union is making labor costs jump, and they're tightening their belts. And guess what's getting the squeeze? Yep, the EV production lines. Not shocking though, because EV sales haven't exactly been setting records. This new labor contract is digging into Ford's pockets, $8.8 billion by the time it wraps up in 2028. And get this, it's adding around $900 to the cost of each shiny new vehicle. CFO John Lawler is out here saying they'll find ways to cut costs and be more efficient. But here's the kicker. Ford is hitting pause on about $12 billion they were planning to drop on EV production. No battery facility in Kentucky, and Michigan's EV plant expansion delayed. Over at GM, it's a bit of deja vu. They're looking at $9.3 billion more in labor costs thanks to the UAW deal. And what's their game plan? Fully offsetting those extra costs. EV and self-driving car production are taking a hit. So while Biden was playing the hero for auto workers, his climate goals might have taken an unintended detour. Looks like the road to a greener future just hit a speed bump. Tesla is another company facing a bit of a rough patch lately, with sales figures and profit margins taking a bit of a hit. Why? Well, there's this little thing called a price war going on in the electric vehicle playground. The competition's heating up, with more players jumping into the electric vehicle rodeo. But hey, let's not forget, Tesla's been the cool kid on the block for a while now. They've got Elon Musk at the helm, the mastermind behind those electric dreams. So, while they might be taking a few punches, don't count them out just yet. Just when you thought it was over for the big boys, Ford just unleashed its secret weapon to invest in other alternatives. Ford is diving headfirst into the hydrogen game, aiming to supercharge its acclaimed e-Transit with the potential of hydrogen fuel cells. With the backing of the Advanced Propulsion Center, Ford's crack team of engineers and specialists is embarking on a mission to determine if hydrogen fuel cell technology can deliver the goods. We're talking about more zero-emission range for heavy-duty e-Transit users, hauling max loads, and navigating limited charging opportunities like seasoned pros. Tim Slatter, chair of Ford in Britain, sums it up nicely. They're on a quest to make clean deliveries an option for even the hardest-working vans on the road. And let's not forget about the stellar lineup of partners joining Ford on this hydrogen-powered adventure. From BP to Ocado Retail, they're all on board to make emissions-free dreams a reality. But how does it all work? Hydrogen fuel cells work their magic by combining hydrogen from an onboard tank with oxygen, producing electricity with zero emissions and extended range. And Ford's no stranger to this tech. They've been tinkering with fuel cell prototypes since the 90s, paving the way for this groundbreaking project. So, what's next? A test fleet of 8 fuel cell Ford e-Transits will hit the streets for 6-month stints, gathering crucial data on everything from cost to performance. And with Ford's strategic vision of creating low-volume assembly capabilities for hydrogen vehicles, the future looks brighter than ever for clean, green transportation. General Motors is revving up its engines with a groundbreaking initiative, a fleet of hydrogen-powered medium-duty trucks. This isn't just any project. It's a partnership with the U.S. Department of Energy aimed at showcasing hydrogen's potential as a game-changer in the world of transportation. Jacob Lozier, the project lead at GM, is all fired up about it. They're not just designing trucks, they're engineering a revolution on wheels. These medium-duty trucks, sporting the familiar exterior of Chevy Silverado 5500S, will be powered by hydrogen fuel cells courtesy of GM's Hydrotech division. But wait, there's more. GM isn't stopping at trucks. They're diving headfirst into a whole host of hydrogen-related projects, from mobile power generators to heavy-duty vehicles. And let's not forget their joint venture with Honda to push the boundaries of hydrogen fuel cell technology even further. So, who's getting their hands on these hydrogen marvels first? Southern Company, an Atlanta-based utility giant, will be the lucky recipient. They'll put these trucks to work at their various sites, proving once and for all that hydrogen isn't just a pipe dream, it's the real deal. As the automotive landscape evolves, it's clear that the road to a greener future is full of twists and turns. From Ford's strategic pivot towards hydrogen fuel cells to GM's ambitious foray into hydrogen-powered trucks, the industry is embracing innovation like never before. However, amidst the excitement of these groundbreaking initiatives, challenges remain. The recent slowdown in electric vehicle production at Ford and General Motors underscores the complex interplay between industry dynamics, government regulations, and market demand. While the push towards electrification is undeniable, it's evident that the transition won't happen overnight. Meanwhile, the Biden administration's ambitious plans to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles face hurdles of their own. Economic, logistical, and legal roadblocks threaten to derail efforts to transform the automotive landscape and combat climate change. Yet, amid these challenges, there's reason for optimism. With continued investment in alternative technologies, collaboration between industry stakeholders, and supportive government policies, the automotive industry is poised to overcome obstacles and pave the way towards a cleaner, more sustainable future.